Welcome to Farming Aid, the American Hereford. See this short videos before diving in. Strong, dependable, and instantly recognizable, the American Hereford isn't just a breed of cattle, it's a living legend. From the green hills of England to the sweeping plains of the American West, this iconic red and white cow has played a powerful role in shaping the U.S. beef industry for over 2 centuries. But how did a humble English breed become one of the most trusted and beloved names in American ranching? What trials did it face? And how has it evolved to meet the demands of modern agriculture? In this video, we'll take you on a fascinating journey through time to uncover the rich history, remarkable resilience, and enduring impact of the American Hereford. This is more than just a story about cattle. It's a story about heritage, survival, and the spirit of American farming. The Hereford's transformation from a foreign import into one of the most celebrated and reliable beef breeds in the United States is not just a history lesson. It's a reflection of how cattle breeding, selection, and market demands have shifted over generations. The roots of this remarkable journey trace back to the early 1700s in Herefordshire, where farmers began selectively breeding cattle for beef rather than milk, favoring traits such as hardiness, docility, and efficient weight gain. These foundational characteristics laid the groundwork for what would become the modern Hereford, and it wasn't long before word of their impressive beef yields spread beyond English borders. As industrialization began reshaping the economies of Europe and the Americas, the appetite for productive, low-maintenance beef cattle grew. By the early 19th century, enterprising American farmers and breeders, ever hungry for livestock that could thrive in diverse climates and rugged terrains, turned their eyes to the English Hereford. In 1817, Henry Clay, a Kentucky statesman and agricultural innovator, imported one of the first Herefords to the United States, setting off a chain of events that would change American cattle breeding forever. The breed's natural ability to thrive on sparse forage and its resistance to disease made it ideal for the rough, expansive, and often unforgiving landscapes of the American frontier. As settlers pushed westward, Herefords went with them, not just as cargo, but as partners in survival and prosperity. They adapted remarkably well to the vast plains, arid conditions, and extreme temperatures of the Midwest and the West. Their thick hides offered protection against the cold winters, while their sturdy frames made them perfect for beef production. By the late 1800s, Herefords had become one of the most widely used beef breeds across the United States. The story of the American Hereford is also deeply connected to the rise of the cattle industry during and after the Civil War. As America began rebuilding, the demand for beef skyrocketed, and ranchers looked for cattle that could be driven long distances, endure rough conditions, and still produce quality meat. The Hereford answered that call. Its durability on long cattle drives earned it high praise, and by the turn of the 20th century, Herefords were dominating the beef industry. Their rapid rise led to the formation of the American Hereford Association in 1881, headquartered in Kansas City, Missouri, a strategic move that helped standardize the breed and facilitate the spread of quality Hereford genetics across the country. The association became a central figure in promoting breed improvements, record-keeping, and supporting breeders with education and resources. The commitment to pedigree documentation gave the Hereford an edge, helping to maintain its purity and desired traits over generations. But as the American Hereford gained prominence, it wasn't without challenges. One of the key criticisms of the breed in the early 20th century was its tendency to deposit excessive external fat, a feature once desirable when fat meant flavor and preservation, but which later fell out of favor as consumers began demanding leaner cuts. Despite this, the Hereford's popularity didn't wane entirely. Instead, it prompted breeders to evolve. They began selecting for improved carcass traits while preserving the breed's signature hardiness and maternal qualities. It was a delicate balancing act, retaining the ruggedness that made Herefords iconic while adjusting to the ever-changing tastes of the market. As newer continental breeds from Europe, such as Charolais, Limousin, and Simmental, began entering the U.S. market in the 1960s and 1970s, the Hereford faced stiff competition. These exotic breeds offered leaner beef and faster growth rates, forcing American Hereford breeders to innovate further. The response was both strategic and scientific. Enhanced crossbreeding programs, performance testing, and an emphasis on data-driven selection. In the face of these pressures, the American Hereford once again demonstrated its legendary adaptability. Breeders began focusing more intensely on traits like calving ease, feed efficiency, and marbling quality. The modern Hereford is a testament to generations of thoughtful selection, guided by performance metrics, genomics, and the wisdom of traditional animal husbandry. By the 1990s, the breed had begun reclaiming its reputation, not just as a heritage icon, but as a competitive, commercially viable beef cattle option. Meanwhile, their characteristic docility and excellent maternal instincts ensured they remained a staple on family farms and in rotational grazing systems. In fact, Herefords are often praised for being excellent mothers, which reduces labor and increases calf survival rates in cow-calf operations. Their red and white coats are more than just visually striking. The white faces make them easy to identify in large herds, and their coat color helps them resist sunburn in high UV climates. Today, the American Hereford stands proudly as both a purebred and a crossbreeding powerhouse. It's frequently crossed with Angus to create the renowned Black Baldy, a hybrid that combines the marbling ability of Angus with the hardiness and fertility of the Hereford. This combination is one of the most sought-after crosses in the commercial beef industry due to its balance of quality meat and efficient production. But beyond the commercial value, the Hereford has retained a deep cultural and emotional resonance with American ranchers. There is a nostalgia surrounding Herefords, of red dust and open plains, of generational ranches passed down through the family, of cattle drives and cowboy hats, and the enduring spirit of the American West. Ranchers often speak of the Hereford not just in terms of pounds and profit, but with a sense of loyalty and affection. They're not just cattle, they're a legacy. The breed's versatility has also allowed it to thrive in a variety of production systems, from large commercial operations to smallholder farms and sustainable, grass-fed enterprises. Their calm temperament makes them easy to manage, which is ideal for beginning farmers and for use in educational or youth agriculture programs like 4-H and FFA. In fact, many young cattlemen and women get their start showing Herefords at fairs and exhibitions, where the breed's consistent conformation and manageable disposition shine. This early exposure to the breed helps instill a deep respect for livestock management and encourages future generations to carry the torch. As the world continues to confront new challenges, climate change, population growth, and the need for sustainable food systems, the American Hereford finds itself once again at the center of the conversation. Thanks to its feed efficiency, grazing adaptability, and reduced input needs, Herefords are being embraced by regenerative agriculture advocates who prioritize soil health, rotational grazing, and ecosystem balance. These traits are making them key players in carbon-friendly beef production strategies, and their contribution to sustainable ranching may prove as vital as their role in feeding a growing population. Modern Hereford genetics also reflect cutting-edge science, as breeders use tools like genomic-enhanced expected progeny differences, GPDS, to better predict an animal's future performance. These data-driven decisions are revolutionizing how Herefords are bred and managed, allowing ranchers to improve traits like fertility, carcass merit, and disease resistance without sacrificing the breed's trademark resilience. And despite all the progress and technological advances, Hereford breeders still carry a deep reverence for tradition. Many farms raising Herefords today have been doing so for generations, maintaining handwritten pedigrees that stretch back a century or more, along with photographs of great-grandparents proudly standing beside their prize-winning bulls. These living legacies are a powerful reminder that the American Hereford is more than just a breed. It's a bridge between past and future. It's impossible to tell the story of American ranching without including the Hereford. Its influence spans from the days of the open range and cattle trails to the digitized cattle auctions of today. It has weathered droughts, economic downturns, disease outbreaks, and market fluctuations, emerging each time as a stalwart of the beef industry. The American Hereford is a survivor, an innovator, and above all, a symbol of balance in a world where efficiency and sustainability must go hand in hand. As ranchers and consumers alike become more conscious of where their food comes from, the Hereford's reputation for dependable, ethically raised beef continues to grow. It's a breed that doesn't just meet the demands of the modern market. It does so with a quiet, rugged dignity that mirrors the people who raise them. The journey of the American Hereford is more than a tale of cattle. It's a legacy built on hard work, resilience, and the unwavering spirit of generations of farmers and ranchers. From its English origins to becoming a cornerstone of American agriculture, the Hereford has stood the test of time, not by chance, but by character. Through every challenge, this breed has adapted, endured, and thrived, proving that true strength lies in consistency, versatility, and heart. As we look toward the future of sustainable and responsible farming, the Hereford remains a symbol of balance between tradition and innovation. So whether you're a seasoned rancher, an aspiring farmer, or just someone who appreciates the story behind the food on your plate, the legacy of the American Hereford is a reminder that great things are built over time, with purpose, pride, and passion. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history.